verticals, and one of those was fitness, personal coaching, and private gymnasiums that where people go to become more fit. That was one of the vertical markets. There was another one. There's several. There's like 2 or 3.
But the NPE Fitness, Sean Greeley, we kind of approached him and said, your market just seems like would be a really good fit to kind of test this out. So they did very, very minimal rollouts of this in a very controlled environment, and have gotten just really, really great reviews.
How is the customer base going to be able to evaluate which particular technology is a best fit, and what are the migration strategies from the existing to that?
Right, so part of it's going to be, again, which of our partners, but we're doing this all with our business partners.
Right.
So which vertical markets will our partners select? Somebody today selected, a certain kind of other kind of health care for baby animals or something. I don't want to spill the beans. So, but there might be, there's other kind of vertical markets or vertical businesses that we're looking at, and we have partners that are raising their hands across the planet. So whoever comes to us with those, with a viable business case will be most likely selected.
That's an embedded solution where it's pretty customized.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So if someone has taken time to work on catering to a specific kind of business, it might be the solar energy business, it might be financial planning, it might be something in healthcare. So we're looking at who has created a lot of content and a lot of prepackaged solutions ready to launch for that industry. Again, with mobile technology, with mobile interface, as well as other kinds of interfaces to that.
Now, Andy, I'm just visualising everyone coming, sending me emails tomorrow about that.
Great. We're anxious to see.
So I just forward to you, or
looking forward to both of us.
yes.
And so with the view of the next generation system, it's pre-customised to a vertical, as an example. Would you envision they would still get the capability of being able to modify campaigns and those things still? So it's not like locked down because it's been verticalized in.
It's totally different than what you might think. I mean, it's a totally guided experience. It literally says, tell us about your business, put a little blurb about you, put in your logo, and it guides and walks you through the types of campaigns that you want to run, and then it basically kind of goes and then does everything for you.
So you wouldn't need to do it. So
it's a different guided experience.
But say you had a vertical that had a difference. So you have solar, but you've got a difference on it from the one that was built by another vertical person, blah, blah. Would they be able to customize it to a degree?
I believe the world will always leave some level of flexibility because being agile is crucial in the small business world. We know we have we sell on a large volume of customers, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, so it needs to be somewhere.
I'm sure solar's very similar, but I'm sure there's differences between Australia and other countries.
Lawyers, doctors.
Well, and keep in mind, it probably doesn't make much of a difference to answer a lot of these questions now, because they can totally change by the time it actually.
Right. The reason we don't have any slides tonight is because we don't have authorization to share with you because it's not fully baked.
Sure.
I mean, it's like the batter before you have put the cake batter in the pan. We haven't put it in the pan yet, so we might add some different ingredients, and it might end up being something different when we finish.
Yeah.
So.
Would there be any future plans of implementing something with Dropbox, like file dropping or file sharing?
I don't know, that's certainly possible. We have a lot of.
Doesn't that already exist to some degree?
Yeah, Extend does all that. It connects your Infusionsoft app to Dropbox. Extend them. I'll give you the link.
There's a tool that you can use so that you can.
Basically, I wasn't aware.
So that is somewhere on the marketplace. If you cannot find it, contact Matt or me, and we will help you locate that. Or Richard.
Yeah. Can you comment on email deliverability?
Yes, in fact.
What a great leading.
Because look, we're 6 months into the system, and our deliverability is crap.
Okay, well, thank you for sharing that, because that was my next question.
Almost to a point where we're walking away. So
right.
So it's got to a point where it's not working.
We have noticed this in a number of countries around the world, a lot of different places. So these past 2 months, we have dedicated to. We knew there was a problem with a growing problem with email deliverability.
So what was the problem?
multiple things, like large users in some countries and some places spamming spamming the whole marketplace and making it very difficult for the Infusionsoft brand name. We had other people that were just doing not abiding by good business principles or good email marketing principles. So what we have done is we put together, first of all, we had a complete fact-finding mission organized by a number of our people in our product team. They went out into the field, they went to different countries where we were experiencing this, where we had high reports of low deliverability, which had previously been great, and suddenly they went down, and we were like, what caused that? And so we put together a complete set of manuals on what we found, and we created a training class. We went back out to those markets, and we took a training class with us on how to get your email deliverability back in those markets. Since a lot of countries like Brazil, most of the 9, I think, out of the 10 service providers and internet providers blocked Infusionsoft as a spammer. We got completely blocked, which meant that all of our customers, and it was a big growing market, were all cut off. So we had to fix it. And what we've promised to our partners here in Australia, and we'll promise to the user group, that we will share with you the training slides. We're working on an entirely new, refined set of training materials to share with you on how you can ensure that what you're doing and what other users are doing is going to get in deliverability back.
And will you be likely more strict on the dodgy users of Infusionsoft?
We are already getting very strict with that.
So
Where we have no choice, because if we don't, it only takes 2 or 3 dodgy ones to ruin it for everybody.
so if you know that, why isn't that not listed as a known issue?
What,
If you go to known issues on Infusionsoft, why is that not listed there?
I don't know why it's not issues, because it is it's a very known issue.
It's not there.
Yeah, and we are working.
but I don't know if that's a software bug as much as it is a
practice.
user best practice.
So we've spent 6 months trying to work through our deliverability issue, only to realise it's not us, it's actually you guys. So we've been trying to do a whole bunch of things to solve this problem.
And there might be things that, in all honesty, we might be able to provide someone like Richard a training once we get that. We've been working on getting some slides and some ideas on what you can do to increase your deliverability, and that might be something that we can share with you guys and make a note of bringing that to you.
I will say one more thing. We have actually already made a number of improvements to the product. In addition, so there's 2 things that have to happen. One, we've made significant improvements to the product to prevent this or to enhance email deliverability. But secondly, we can't do this alone. This is something that plagues everybody who operates on the internet. And so it's part of it is training our users to operate in such a way and not to spam people, not to do blasts to a million names or to these monstrous list of hundreds of thousands of people, so that we all get shut down or get slowed down. So it's a combination of training customers on how to use this properly, how to do proper broadcast, how to do proper email campaigns, and also us continuing to look for ways to improve, which we've also already been doing to the product.
I just wanted to comment that most email service providers would proactively work with the internet service providers as well. It's not, it's not entirely an issue with training the user community, I don't think. I mean, obviously that is a factor, but if there's a market where there's been issues, somebody from Infusionsoft needs to be reaching out to those internet service providers and saying, here's what we've done to correct this situation, here's what happened, and we're taking these steps to correct the situation. So I don't know if that's
Definitely part of the
brief, or
it has been. So we've been doing this together with our partners who know the local markets really well. And so that was a huge part of this. In Brazil, there was, like I said, there were 10 key providers, and we have met with all of them, and we're continuing to work very closely with them to demonstrate to them that our intention is never to be a spammer or never to do anything to break the rules or cause any problems for them or their customers or anyone else. We mean no harm to anyone. So we have definitely reached out to them, shown them what we've done with our product, and shown them how we are also educating the public. So our first training programs were a bit primitive because we were experimenting, and we actually shared that with a number of these internet providers in different countries, even to get their feedback on proper training, so they could actually feel they were co-creating that training curricula with us. So excellent question, and absolutely, we're working very, very closely with them.
Good.
The problems we are facing at the moment is emails are being delivered, but they go into a promotion folder instead of inbox. So
Okay, Gmail, right?
yeah, especially in Gmail. So every day I have to spend 10-15 minutes helping a customer, tell them, have you received your email? The person says, no, I haven't. Check your folders. Go and log, because on mobile phones you can't even look at, probably they can't check all the junk mail and the promotion folders. So they have to actually sit in front of the computer, and then they send me a received receipt that they have looked at the message and all those things.
So
So
it should be okay in Gmail on the mobile though. That you shouldn't have to worry about
Yeah.
tabs.
it doesn't land in inbox. So
It does on the inbox. It comes in, if you have it on your mobile, just into the regular inbox. But on your laptop, it's gonna put it.
no,
into the
people have
promotion
checked it.
folder.
Whenever I talk to a customer, they have checked the both, checked the PC and the mobile phone.
And
Yeah,
send
I-
it.
just
They
2
send
weeks
it-
ago, I sent an email from my app, and it came to myself and a couple of
Okay.
people on I coach a football team,
Okay.
and sent it to all the parents and everything, and,
Yeah.
and it came up on my phone as well as I checked Android, and it was coming up, not in the promotion, but in their main inbox.
But only on the mobile.
On the mobile.
That's a
Mobile.
different thing.
Okay.
I face with my users.
How many customers can you phone and ask that question of?
Like I get 2-3 clients every day, so that's why we have to phone them. Because of this issue, last time we had a problem that we didn't hear from a customer for at least 10 days.
Right.
And later on we figured out that person didn't even receive the email. And then we have to help them to
Yeah.
find it out in front of
Okay.
PC.
So,
That's my
So
problem as
those,
well.
those 10 days were wasted on drafting up the documents, and
I
so
think-
they couldn't send us anything.
I think if you hear what he says, this is a critical issue.
Yes.
It's the bottom line of why we use Infusionsoft.
Exactly.
And if he would never be able to phone customers.
There's the new feature.
And then after that, I constantly keep on communication. I send them email through Infusionsoft as well as from my Outlook account. That have you received the email? Please confirm me. So I have to send 2 emails out every day to a client to confirm it whether they have received it or not. So I don't want to waste time, because sometimes we need crucial documents instantly, and there's already a program designed in Infusionsoft which shoots out email on a tag. But if the person is not responding to that tag, then we lose a lot of time in preparing the documentation.
Well, you lose more than time. Your whole system is crashed.
Yeah, that's right.
The whole premise of the
There's a
system
new
is
feature
not.
Exactly, yeah.
out this week, which actually you can go in and put your all your proper details in. What's the
DKIM.
DKIM? It's just come out. It's a new feature that's come out this week.
Are you familiar with that, Matt? 'Cause I'm
So you
sorry.
go into the email system. Can you bring up a mobile?
I'm not sure if I can, but you might be able to. I got it. Can I share this with you real quick?
Anyway, basically, in a second he'll show you. You can go in there, instead of sending it from just Infusion Mail, you can actually authorise your server. It's a massive difference. And then what it means, it's been in place for a week now, and we've had a huge difference in deliverability. Like, same list, same clients, receive an email one week, the same the next week. Deliverability just changed completely because our domain, we've been good at trying to make sure we're not dodgy and not send wrong emails.
Yeah, because we have a lot of campaigns where half of the emails are not even open, so we think that because of that campaign, the emails which are not open, they probably landed up in junk or.
All the emails are being verified by Infusion Mail, right? Which Infusion Mail basically, because of idiots doing the wrong thing, is deemed dodgy, right?
Yeah.
You can now put your own details into the system,
Okay.
and you can verify your domain. So if you go into into marketing settings, and sorry, it's an internet speed issue.
Internet's a little.
It's alright, we'll get there. And you'll be able to put your details in, and down the left-hand side there'll be email authorization when it comes up.
Okay, so you don't see Infusion Mail.
No, further down, keep going.
Okay,
Okay.
that's right.
So you go in here, it takes 48 hours for this to occur. You need to go in, and there's a video in the help section about this in the December update. So you can watch how to do it if you don't know how to do this.
Okay.
And you basically go in here, you generate a key, you go into your hosting account or wherever your domain's hosted, you pop this key in as a TXT record, and essentially what it means is it validates the email, so the email's going out from your company name. So if you click add the on the right button on the right hand side.
Top right.
Yeah, top right.
Can you also include the Big Pond account in there?
Yeah, well you should do that. You can do that in your server yourself.
Instead of here, so.
And this, in a second, this will load any of the domains with the email address. So if you put on the first one, this will show. So, say for example, my company was in there as abc.com.
Yeah.
Then you basically take the step 2, you paste that code, and step 3, and you paste it into your server, which is basically where GoDaddy or wherever you are. Hit verify, takes 48 hours, and then every single email that goes out is verified by your domain. So, only if you're a dodgy company and send out spam in general, it's not going to help you.
Okay.
But your issue now is it's not going to be Infusion Mail's problem. So Infusion Mail essentially has said, well, one way to fix this is not have every email go from the same company. So they come out from you, and therefore it works. So this is only this week.
Are you a partner or an end user?
I'm an end user.
End user.
This is a major pain, but this is a major shift.
Now, guys, I need just to add to that. There's a lot of reports coming back that this isn't working for a lot of people.
It's taking longer.
It's too long for some.
48 hours is the normal
time. Yeah, but it's not working beyond 48 hours for a lot of people. So just if it doesn't work, just be patient. I'm trying to work out what's going on here, and I'll be talking with Infusionsoft to try and find out what could be the possible cause. Okay, so please try it. If it works,
there's a help video on this. If you go into the help December release notes, it will step you exactly through.
So do the support guys at Infusionsoft know about this?
It's been out a week.
Because I've got a ticket in the system that's 2 weeks old.
You've got a what?
A ticket in the system about deliverability.
It's not Infusionsoft's fault. It's got to do with your service fault.
It's like the server says tickets on. I got you. What is it we need to fix though? What's the part that needs to be?
I've got one guy saying a problem,
if you're on GoDaddy,
and then next week someone's denying
because you can have a web hosting.
That would be something to link with Infusionsoft, because earlier it was going perfectly fine, everybody was receiving emails on time and everything. But suddenly something happened a few months ago or something, and then people stopped receiving emails in there.
Deliverability has always been a problem, but as they had more, like, you understand that it's a large amount of people who sign up for Infusionsoft spam people, like they did. And there's a period of time where maybe they weren't as diligent checking it, which then they're obviously changing their focus.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of factors that cause deliverability, including even the words that are in your email, in your subject line and everything else. So that's why the usability testing is, like, it's important to fix the problem. That fixes a large amount of it. And now it comes down to them being strong with idiots and kicking them off the system, as well as you guys obviously writing the appropriate emails. And also making sure the list that you got on there, they really did actually want it. Because if they're clicking spam a lot in Gmail, it tells Gmail this company's dodgy. And now the good thing is it'll be your brand that's dodgy, not Infusion Mail, which means that it's all up to you to a large degree.
Yeah.
For
how to click spams.
We can talk about this all night long.
Yeah, let's continue.
It's a big issue.
You want to get going the rest of it?
We have been talking about it quite a bit, so. But I want you to know, I'm glad you brought this up. We intended to address this tonight, and we admit it has been a problem for quite some time, as Michael says, and we haven't declared war on it. We're just not going to put up with it any longer. So we're trying to find everything we can find that could possibly impact email deliverability, including training, doing what we can do to the product, to the code itself, and helping all of our customers and users to follow best practices to ensure we all have the highest amount of email deliverability.
But if you need to do it this week, because it will take you 48 hours.
So can you do something with your support people so they know what's going on?
We will. I'm not sure how many of them actually. This has been a kind of a special project. So in fact, it's so special that the international team actually has been driving this. So I will definitely do that.
Or maybe even just put it up on a frequently asked questions.
There's a no one's issue list.
There's huge amount of, I'm sorry, but there's huge amount of information on their website at the moment about it. Like, that's how I know about it. I don't spend every day just going into it.
I've been trying to solve deliverability.
No one told me secretly.
And just remember, guys, I put the video for the December release on the Facebook group.
That's where it's in there as well.
Yeah.
You just got to read the stuff that's going on. It's on the Facebook. If you're on the Facebook community, it's on there as well.
So we're,
Sorry.
but this is a great, I love the whole concept of communication. Just because we put it on Facebook or maybe another, doesn't mean that everyone is
No, the
aware.
phone staff should know about it, but you would think they would know.
No,
about
it's on the
it.
Sydney User Group
They should
Facebook page
definitely
as
know, I
well.
know, that's true. So Matt and I we're having an ongoing discussion on communication for the last 2 weeks, and I'm sure we'll continue on to the next. But, because we were always trying to figure out what's the best way to deliver information to people, not only our own employees, but our partners and our customers. And we have found that one method never works. You cannot just do Facebook or just do Facebook and email. You have to do a number of different things to get the message through to entire teams, whether it's your own team or whether it's your global customer base. So
Yeah, but if you put a ticket into your system and you don't get any response on this issue,
right,
to me there's an issue there.
then there's definitely an issue.
You know?
By the way, I don't know if you've all, how many of you have gone to intl@infusionsoft.com? Has anyone ever used that?
What is it?
So it's INTL, like short for international. That comes to us, comes to the troubleshooting team.
It's a website, is it?
It's actually comes either to our Sydney office or it goes directly to the international team,
Sorry,
wherever we are.
I don't know about this. So it's an email address? Is that an email address?
Email address,
INTL@infusionsoft.com.
Yeah, not that it's a backup place to go. It's another place to look. If you're not getting a response, you're not happy with response time from support or from anything else, and you're not getting responses in a timely fashion,
I've got open tickets that just I never get a response to.
then you can hit INTL. That comes to, I see all of those, and my international team sees everyone, sees all those messages. Especially, so that alerts us that we need to alert the support team that they have somebody that has tickets that are not being responded to. Or they have someone who's been trying to call and is not able to get through, or whatever that might be.
You okay if I post that on the user group Facebook page? That email address?
How many are there of you?
Not many. Handful.
You said it in the campaign, so other people can.
All right, we'll make this a test and see if it breaks our system or not. Let's give it a shot.
Okay.
We'll see whether we can keep up. The other thing is we do have a phone number here in Sydney. So if you go on our webpage, there's a Sydney phone number
With some people there, or?
with some people there, and they will not be able to answer your question most likely, but they'll get through to one of us that can answer the question.
Now,
And they operate from, I think, about 8 o'clock in the morning Sydney time until 5:30 or 6.
Are they in Sydney or are they just, is it bounce?
just to clarify, do you want people ringing the Sydney office instead of support? There is
I want
a
you to
toll-free international support
You
number.
should hit the toll-free international support first. That
Okay.
is your first line of defense. If you've not heard back from support, it's been several days or whatever to your case, and you're getting unhappy, then you should try calling the Sydney main number, and that will come through again to the international team, or to Matt or to me.
In other words, they'll take a message and pass it on to them, and you guys will.
Which is when we go yell at them and say, why are our
Why are
students
you not getting
help? And
Well, we can
please
physically go upstairs to
make
support and
this
say what's
happen.
happening here.
All right. So ideally, the priority is the international toll-free number. Second is email or the Sydney number.
I would say both. They're either one.
Either one would
They're
be
both. They're equal to us.
Okay.
So it is what it is it's an escalation line for all of you to use if you don't have instant response from support or from if you work with a business partner, from the partner or from Richard. The Australian office is on our website and anyone can call it. So just alerting you it is there. And it's there for when you are, not able to get through to anyone else, then it's a good place to call.
I tried that a few months ago, there was never anybody there. So is there new?
It's during Australian business hours.
But is it new that you got people there now, or is it?
They're there they're doing 5 days a week, Monday through Friday.
But has it just started in the last couple of months, or has it been all year?
Been there for a couple of years.
So it's an answering service.
It's an office,
Yeah.
and they answer
Yeah,
phones for
yeah.
us. And when we're there, you can get through. Sometimes they'll put the phone right through to us, but it's our reception line. But it puts it through to the executive team.
Right.
It does not. It's not just an answering. It's an answering service that goes directly to the senior executive officers.
Yes, so it's a dedicated answering service into.
And it goes into our executives that bypasses everything else.
Right.
Right.
Yep. and for us, for me, it's a quality control. It's my barometer on how happy you are or not, or if there's something if something's not working with our regular support line, that is the alarm button. That's the red fire alarm. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
Yes. This is our product roadmap. This is the current one that you can find on our website. And I just want to share with you, here's a few things. This is being filled out. We don't have everything we're doing for 2017. It's just a little miniature snapshot into what's coming in January and February releases. R60 was a December release. That came out last week, Matt?
Okay.
So that's already out.
It's out now.
This is out. And what's coming next in January, we have 61 and 62. And you'll see as you look at if you go to our website and search for roadmap or product roadmap, you will see the latest of what's coming and what we're talking about. There's a lot of things we're not talking about. We don't mention up here email deliverability, but I can tell you that hundreds of hours are being dedicated to email deliverability. This is, as Matt just said, this is focusing on true product functionality and product feature sets that are coming. We look at email deliverability as a separate issue right now, as a very major issue.
But these features don't make any sense unless you can deliver the email.
You're probably right. You're right.
I mean, it's sort of like,
Yeah.
you know, if the email doesn't get there, none of this.
What's the point?
What's the point?
I know.
Do the thing, do the step.
Yeah. Yes, as Michael says, do the step.
Yeah, do it soon, but it'll take to the end of the week for it to validate.
Do you think that will help this gentleman's issue?
100%.
Yeah.
Same emails, same clients,
If it
a week
validates.
apart,
Right.
deliverability not even similar.
Really good. Fantastic. That's great. Thanks very much, Michael.
But you got to do the step.
See, Michael's the most, you didn't need us at all to come. Michael would have shared this.
No, well, I understand where he's sitting from. It's
Yeah.
a horrendous problem that nothing he could do to fix it because it wasn't his. But now you can take your own ownership, which is great.
Okay, that's super.
So the problem we had is that we were engaged talking to IS support,
Yes.
getting bullshit back,
Yes.
Yeah.
trying to fix.
Well, until they had a solution, it probably wasn't the thing that they wanted to talk about a lot. Let's be honest.
Well, you know, at least they could say,
Our system sucks right now.
there's an issue, just bear with us and we'll get back to you.
Or point
we
you
need,
to
we,
those videos
we,
or
we need to
whatever.
keep moving,
I
guys.
think, Matt, we probably should get this out to all Australian partners, just because it's good, just in case anyone missed the email or missed the memo, that they're aware that they should plug into the December release number R60 and follow that procedure.
I think they know. Super for that.
Good. Thank you all for good discussion again. Thank you, Michael, for the solution.
Yours.
Well,
Thank you.
really quickly, I want to share with you, we've reorganized our support team. So you bring up some excellent points on support. And so we've now realized that we had a lot of our focus on support was geared back to selling, back to sales. So Matthew and Matthew and his colleagues are obviously the sales arm and the sales front end of our business, but we realize now that there's two other kinds of things. There's service and there's also developers out there. So we have just now created a new partner program that we described to Richard and his colleagues who are partners here in Australia today, that will make it easier for our Australian partners to provide you with timely and intelligent support and answers to questions. So there's actually 4 teams. There's a partner support team that ensures that they get quick quality answers to tech problems, to product problems. There's a service team that ensures they help you to get the results you want. It's called a partner success team, but it's really about customer end users success in implementations and configuring Infusionsoft to deliver the results you want. And then lastly, there is a sales team that supports the partners. So we have all these new partner teams that are dedicated, organized by geography. Australia and New Zealand is a separate territory, and so it gets its own special support team across all these different functions. Service, development of new solutions, full support of all sorts of administrative things, and then sales support. So you have a much stronger, more robust support team that is behind this region. We have something also new now. We just launched a new way of measuring our business partners and ourselves on how we help you meet your needs. And we used to use something called Net Promoter Score and other ways that we would allow you to evaluate us and score us, and we have scrapped that. We realized that was not deep enough, it was not rich enough in giving us true feedback. So we've created something new called the Customer Health Score. Richard asked me to share this with you because this helps us guarantee that you have a much better experience with us and you have it much faster than in the past. So this health score is designed to help all of us serve you, small businesses, better, help you grow your business and support your efforts to develop and create and grow. And it's a diagnostic tool that we use to calculate, and we calculate this every 28 days, and it shows us the likelihood of your renewing your subscription with Infusionsoft.
As long as I've got my credit card, I can't cancel it because it just keeps on billing even though I don't use it. Is there a question about how people, do you test when people are not using it and find them?
We actually are now watching when you're not using it, so we know which applications are inactive, and we'll just go right straight to that. So these are the 11 things that we use to determine if you're active and if you're to what degree you're using Infusionsoft. We used to only track broadcasts sent, campaigns published, and I'm sorry, Matt, the third one was
Contacts.
And contacts. Sorry,
Important.
Contacts imported. And now we're tracking not just contacts imported, but user logins, broadcasts sent, tags created, tags applied, campaigns published, emails sent, and so forth. So we're looking at all these different things to see to what level you are using your Infusionsoft app and your subscription. And then we actually, so we're actually measuring ourselves and our partners based on your score. So if you have a score of, you need to be above 50, actually we prefer you're above 70, but we look at our partners and see how many customers they have attached to them who have a healthy score of, let's say, 65 or above, to determine whether they get to move on to the next level of achievement as a partner, or whether we are doing our job to make you happy. And actually, the word we use is to delight you. So we take your satisfaction and customer support very seriously. We actually call the department Delight to remind them that they're not there just to make you satisfied, to fix the problem. They're there to delight you. So if you're not fully delighted by your experience, then we need to know that. And we want to know that. So
John's over there laughing. He's like,
I
want to
You have your local office number?
But that, I'll tell you, do you all know that we actually call our support department the Customer Delight team? They're called Customer Delight. That's Delight.
No, we didn't know that.
So if you're not delighted, we need to know about it.
They've been good with us lately. Been very
okay,
happy.
good.
Big change.
They've been delightful.
Delightful.
Yeah, they've answered my questions.
That's normally delightful.
No, but it's a significant improvement. So
Good.
it's good.
We recognize that, you know, sometimes we've been in business for over 10 years now, maybe going on 11 years. And so you have to constantly go back, and one of our core values is to constantly improve, to innovate and constantly improve. That is one of our 9 core values. And we even find that sometimes you can get very comfortable in your daily routine and you're no longer constantly improving or innovating. So we need to be mindful of that. And this is why these events like today is very important. And as you go on, when you meet again in January and February and March, we are very interested in what you have to say and what you like, again, and what you don't like about what we're doing. Any questions about this? Okay. So this is actually kind of the end of, I didn't have a heavy presentation for you today because I wasn't sure how much time we had. And again, we were more interested in listening to you and hearing about what you need, what you maybe like us to continue doing, and what you don't like about what we're doing. But email deliverability, just again, I know that was a point of animation here a few minutes ago. We are keenly on top of making it better and improving that experience.
So take the step.
Yeah. Also, you talked about your roadmap. Do you want to give us outside of some techie, adding a little new feature? Like, is there any big stuff coming that you want to talk to us about?
So,
You're allowed to talk about it?
I think one of the biggest things is we're working on mobile functionality. It's been a big hot button to have a really quality mobile experience. I think the other thing is a number of international